Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to say thank you to all of you who have been sending those nice lovely messages on my Appy Mommy Instagram and Appy Mommy YouTube and Facebook channels. Thank you so much for all the encouraging and inspiring messages. Thank you. If I could make any positive impact in your lives. For those who are new to my channel, I just want to tell you that I make videos, educational learning videos for preschoolers and toddlers, and I've been getting tremendous response on my previous videos, and in this video in particular I want to talk about much requested topics. Ever since my son started winning these masterminds competition at a national level, a lot of my friends, my colleagues, and a lot of parents and caregivers have been asking me what are the books I kind of prefer for Abir, my 5-year-old son, and how do we do our studies and education, and how do we make it look like more fun. Like how I have been saying in all my previous videos that kids learn the most while they are playing, but when it comes to books, there are certain books which I swear by, which kind of take care of the interest of the child, and they make learning more engaging and interactive for the child. So in this video particularly, I'm going to talk to you about a few books that we have been using for a while now, and we have got tremendous results, and I completely recommend them to you. So let's get started. To start with, I'll come to this Usborne Look Inside Your Body book. So this is a series of these are series of books. There are many more under this series, and I particularly love this one because I've been using this book for the past 2 years, like since I bought it when my son was 3-year-old, and I'll show you how it looks. So it is very interactive. These are flip-flap kind of pages, which very nicely explains you the concepts of how your body functions, how the various organs in your body function in a very fun and interactive way. So even while I'm working, the child will flip the lift the flap and kind of read, they get curious about how these organs function, and this book kind of gives them a more natural sort of approach on how these organs function and how our body functions. It's great for read aloud sessions, and even while without any parental guidance or support, the child feels independent enough to look into these pictures and see how things happen, and it gives them a sense of accomplishment when they get to understand things by themselves. I highly recommend this book, as it is this publication. Usborne comes up with great books. The next is the same series, Usborne Look Inside Our World. So it explains basic elementary geography to your little one, and it generates conversation, and when you have nice pictures and illustrations, and these are 3D ways to kind of explain them about the concepts of how our universe functions, our world looks like, and what goes within, how it looks from inside. So this is about the running rivers, how the river stream flows, and various other concepts. Under the sea, and look how nicely they have explained. They have used these pictures and the flip-flap format to explain what goes under the sea. So again, highly recommended for kids between the age of 3 to even 6 years of age. Then under the same publication comes the first encyclopedia of history. So these are good for read aloud sessions, and I particularly prefer going for more of non-fiction material than fiction stories, because of my personal liking for non-fiction content. Because I feel that if a child is told about the various facts about his country, his surroundings in the form of a story, they get to learn it more, they get to understand it better. And so these are the contents of this book. It starts with the prehistoric dinosaur world, and then how the first people came in, the first farmers, the first cities, how the first cities were formed. And this particularly is my child's favorite section. For those who are regular on my channel know my son is absolutely fascinated by dinosaurs, and he has learned quite a bit about dinosaurs already. Then the pictures are nice and colorful, and these are actually slightly more detailed ones, because after a point you don't want to talk to your child in a very generic way. You want to be specific about, if they know about mummies, you want to tell them more about mummies and about the ancient Egypt and why and how these mummies were formed. So it goes slightly deeper to make the kid think and visualize things of the past. And the write-up is simple and easy for kids to understand. So great for some productive read aloud sessions. It goes step by step into how we came into this modern world. So great book, again highly recommended for those who want their kids to know more about their history, their world, and how the early the ancient men behaved, and what all they did in the past, and as compared to what and how we are today. Going next is another must have for all of the phonic lovers, phonic fans. I am a huge fan of this book. It's not just a book, I call it a complete reading program for those who believe in the fact that kids can read better if they are if they have a strong strong phonic background. Hold of phonics to me is very important. For those who are regular on my channel know that my child started reading at the age of 2.5 and could read his first book at the age of 3. I owe a lot to this author and to this book, Alphaphonics book. It's a very good book. So it kind of trains the child to start with simple 2-letter words, moving on to, and there are specific instruction for teachers also, like Alphaphonics teachers manual on how you should start introducing each lesson. So by the time they come to lesson number somewhere in lesson 34 or something, they are already reading these sort of sentences. It's a very good book. Go easy on each lesson. Just try and start with 1 or 2 lessons at a time and see the difference. I mean, you will definitely see the difference in the reading of your child. It goes slow because reading is not something that will happen overnight. It will come with practice, and this book will definitely give you that edge, that upper hand, while if you are trying to teach reading to your kids the phonic way. And if you are teaching them through sight words, I think kids who learn reading through sight words face problems later on when they are if they don't have a very good strong phonic base. So it's better to give them a very strong foundation of phonics, and Alphaphonics will take care of your reading practice and teaching phonics. And this will, you should not hurry while using this book, because it comes over a period of time, because every lesson will get tougher as you go in the flow, and they would need separate practice material also in order to reinforce what they have been learning through this book. So we have not yet completed this book, because it should be like a 2 or 3 year program for any child. So I would suggest that you go slow and let this book do its magic for your child. It will take care of all the reading problems of your child. I strongly recommend this book for anyone who's looking for a good phonic foundation for their child. And for those who want to buy these books, these are all available on Amazon. I'll link it below in the description box for those who want to buy them. Next one is another favorite, elementary geography. Now you'll ask, why geography for a child who's hardly 3 or 4 year old or even 5 year old? I see it from this way that it's a great practice to have read aloud sessions with your little ones. And if you get something, if you catch hold of something which will take care of the storytelling bit, but at the same time it will educate or productively engage the child in knowing something which is factual, which is not a fiction. This is a kind of book I would recommend, by Charlotte Mason. Amazing author. The book has been written in a way that as if someone is talking to a 3 or 4 year old. So it's a wonderful book to introduce to a little one. It's basically written only for 3, 4 or 5 year old kids who are just getting introduced to the concept of geography. So this is very basic geography, and it will explain things like how the stars are formed, what are stars exactly, and about our universe, what goes into how sun shines tells you about the horizon, and everything has been written in a way as if the author is speaking to the child himself, right? So another highly recommended book. It's a wonderful book for read aloud sessions, and I'm so sure that the child is going to benefit a lot. You can read a lot of fiction material also to the kids, like classics. If you want, I'll make a separate video on the kind of fiction I read to Abir during our read aloud session, or the kind of books Abir has been reading. Do let me know in the comment section if you want me to make a video of the kind of books he has been reading for the past 3 years. I'll definitely make that. But for your read aloud sessions and for learning sessions while enjoying the read aloud, this book is highly recommended. Then this one is one more very, very, very good book which I have come across in the past, and I have been using it. It's called Healing Stories for Challenging Behavior. So a lot of us, we deal with daily problems that kids go through, like loss of someone, kids being naughty, kids being destructive, or disrespectful kids, and greedy, noisy behavior, kids who are shy or introverted. So these are topics covered in this book. So these are the various challenges that you face during the upbringing of your child, and the solution, the author has provided stories which you can read to your child to deal with those kind of problems. So it's a wonderful concept, and the concept has been really, really executed well through this book. So I really, really like it. So you can just figure out the challenge that you are facing with your child, and you can just directly go to that particular section and read that story to your child. Like, for example, if the child is dealing with separation anxiety, there are 3 stories which you can tell the child, and the child will relate to it, and your problem will be addressed and gone in a while. I mean, it's more of a solution for parents who have been facing problems with their kids. Again, a much recommended one. Now coming to poems. So all the other ones were all non-fiction material, but I thought I should incorporate this book also in this series. It's called the Poems for Young Children. I believe that learning poems takes care of a lot of things which we tend to ignore in today's time, So these are some classic poems by some very established, well-known writers and poets, and I believe learning poems enhances memory skills, improves vocabulary, and it has multiple other benefits. So I recommend this book for kids who are like preschoolers and primary kids, primary grade kids. These are classic poems, and I make it a point to read one or two poems per month to my son, and it enhances creativity and kind of make the child more insightful, gives them a different perspective. And learning poetry and recitation gives you many more advantages over just making the child sit in front of screens and watch these poems or rhymes. It's better that they catch hold of these books and see these images and try to make their own images in their minds. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for your patience, and if you have some other books in this that I must talk about in my upcoming videos, please do write in the comment section below, and share a thumbs up if you like these videos that I make on a regular basis. Share it with parents and caregivers if you feel they are helpful, and if not done already, please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. I have an Instagram account and a Facebook account as well. Do subscribe me there as well. And bye bye.